on the job application? When it says ethnicity, what do you check off? Race, what do you check off? Right, that's what I mean. Black, African American. That's what most of us did, sis, before we came into the knowledge of this truth. Because that's not your true nationality.
That's right.
I don't know if you knew this, sis, but most people check off African American. Most of our people check African American or black, but that is not our true heritage. Did you know that African American comes from two white men? That's two white men. Did you come from two white men? I don't think you did, sir.
Nope.
But I wish you could see this sign over here so we can show you who you really are according to the Bible. Is your father a so-called African American? Okay, then I'm going to show you this sign, who you really are, what God calls you according to the Bible. Now, you said your father was a so-called American black there, so who would you be according? This is what, on this side, this is what God calls us, and this is what America calls us. So, according to your father, what tribe would you be from? Right. Sister says she's from a tribe of Judah.
That's right.
That's the misconception. I think that's where it all starts. We forgot who. Give us Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. This is our true heritage according to the Bible. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So this is the Most High God speaking to the children of Israel, which we see on this sign. This is the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Read that again.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So he said, he told us we were going to discontinue from our true heritage, meaning we were going to forget who we are, who we really are, according to the Bible. He said we were going to forget our true nationality. It means our name was going to be changed. This is what God originally called us, and this is what America changed us to. America black, African American. And that's changed over the, what to go from African American to Afro-American, Negro, black. Those are the different names that we've been called in this country. All right? So let's go to Deuteronomy real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Start at verse, go to Deuteronomy 1 and
1. Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan.
So sis, did you hear who Moses was speaking to? Let's read it again for us.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So who was Moses speaking to? Let's read it again.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So who was Moses speaking to? All Israel. And you are who? It just says she's Israel.
That's right.
All right, now let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Now we're going to show you the reason why we've forgotten who we are. Go ahead and read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, that thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So we're going to go back just a little bit. So the Most High God gave us two choices, to either obey his commandments or disobey his commandments, and there's going to be consequences for either. If we obey, let's go back to that first. If we obey.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it said, if we shall hearken, which means if we would do what the Most High God says, read.
To observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day.
So he said, if we would observe and to do all his commandments and statutes, read.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So if we had obeyed, we would have been above. He promised us that we were going to be above all nations on the earth. Are we above all nations on the earth today? Just look around you. You can answer that question. Look at the neighborhoods we live in. We are not above anybody today. Right? So what happened to it? Let's go to 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the Most High God promised us if we would disobey his commandments, that all these curses were going to come upon us and overtake us. So let's find out what those curses are. Let's go down to 47.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Thy who?
Thine enemies.
Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So what enemies is he talking about, sis? Is he talking about your brother that looks just like you? Don't be scared. Who is he talking about? Well, let's get some more clarity on that. Read 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So it said in hunger, we were going to serve our enemies in hunger, in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. So do we own that store right there next to you? Do we own that? Is that our people that owns that store? Right. And every other store in this neighborhood, probably none of our people own those things. So it said we were going to have to go to our enemies for food, water, and clothing, right? So generally, who owns those stores? Huh? Which would be who? Go ahead and say it. I'll say it for you. It's the white man. That's who owns the store.
That's right.
That's right.
Read.
Read out.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So read that part again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
What does that sound like to you? When they, can you think about anything in history when we had yokes of iron on our necks? Nothing? You're not familiar with slavery? Okay. I'm gonna show you it. I'm gonna show you a picture of it right here. Is that not what they did to our people? Our forefathers and our foremothers? See that? When he talks about yokes of iron, that's what it talks about. They literally had chains on our necks, like animals. Look down here. That's what they had us on auction blocks. They had put our people on slave auction blocks. That's what they did to our forefathers and foremothers. They sold us like property. All right, that's good, officer. So today, we may not be in physical slavery, but we're in mental slavery.
That's right.
We're not in the fields picking cotton anymore, but we're going to work for 50, 60 hours a week. It's the same thing. The officer brought it out earlier. Some of us work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And for what? Just to give it all back. Keep reading.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
So sis, it says a nation with a simple symbol that says as swift as the eagle fly. What nation symbol is the eagle? Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the dollar bill? Right? There's a symbol on that dollar bill. Can you think of what that symbol is on there? On the back of the dollar bill.
Hey, bro, take a picture. Take a picture, yeah.
I ain't get
It's an
fresh
eagle.
enough, but shit,
It's
I'll
an
take
eagle.
a picture.
It's America. That's a symbol for America. It's the eagle. Right, read.
No, with your phone.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
How you doing, bro? What's your name?
Marcus.
Marcus? I'll be right with you in just a second, Marcus. Marcus, see if you can find yourself on this sign right here. Right? Read what you got.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Jump down to 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
Now, sis, earlier we talked about slavery. How did we get over here to America? How did our people get over here? Now, what mode of transportation did we get over here? How did we get over? Right, absolutely. Cargo slave ship. It wasn't a cruise ship, right? No, we were packed in cargo slave ships. And that's in the Holy Bible. Read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Hey, brother, don't leave. Come on. Come back and talk to me just a second, brother. Okay, all right. Read that again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Okay. So now, since we've established nationality, so now God gave us what the Bible calls commandments. He gave us commandments. I'm going to bring out what the officer brought. Go to Matthew 19:16.
Matthew chapter 19 and verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
So the Most High God told us if we wanted to live, truly live, that we had to keep his commandments.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.